entrance. All right, be kind with this clicker thing, because this is my first time. All right, who's here because they know they've got what it takes to be unstoppable? That's why you get noisy. Who's here because they know they belong up here on this stage? And who here knows they could have shimmied all the way up to the stage without losing their breath? If that's you, then you're doing better than me. Hi, I'm Leith from Leithal Co, a creative studio where we help female founders tell their story through authentic branding. Great. Now the introductions are out of the way and we all know that we're in the right room. Would it shock you to know... Oh, how did that happen? That while women account for 2/3 of all new businesses started in Australia, only 13% will make more than 100K in revenue a year, which means 87% don't. Take a look around the room. There are about 100 unstoppable women here today, which means that if that stat is true, only about 10 of us would make it. And if you're aiming for $1 million a year business, then you'll sit in a really exclusive club of just 2%. This needs to change. And I believe it can, because if you're in this room, then you've already chosen differently. You're not here by accident. I'm having a little blank moment. I'm so sorry. We're all here because we know in our heart of hearts that we're unstoppable. We catch glimpses of the impact we're meant to have. We can feel it. But, you know, while we know it, calling ourselves a thought leader, stepping into true authority, credibility, that can feel like a pipe dream. So we shrink ourselves. We avoid finding our true potential, and we just stop chasing. What I find in business is that there's this ceiling, not just the glass ceiling that we all know about, but what I call the impact ceiling. And the tragedy of the impact ceiling is that unlike the glass ceiling, often it's self-imposed. Now, before we start talking about breaking ceilings, I want to take you back to the moment that started me on the path to making the impact that I knew that I could have. It's 2011, I'm 23, and it's just 2 days before I bought a plane to London for what was supposed to be a 2-year working holiday, when my mum sits me down and says the 3 words that nobody ever wants to hear from a loved one: I've got cancer. My heart stopped. I mean, how could I possibly leave? But in an act of bravery that I can only truly appreciate now, being a mother myself, my mum told me that it meant something to her for me to have this experience. That she reasoned, you know, she may have the treatment and be fine. She didn't want me to put off the experience in case I never got the opportunity again. I cried for most of the 23-hour flight. Now, fast forward to 2012, and we get the news that, unfortunately, the cancer's back, but this time, it's inoperable. The doctor matter-of-factly telling us that Mum has months, if not weeks, to live. Back in our lounge room, the TV fills the silence that we just do not have words for. And as if life didn't feel cruel enough at that moment, the ads are an endless cycle of life insurance policies and funeral homes. Losing my mum at just 49 years old, when I was 24, was the hardest thing I've ever experienced. The grief was crippling, but also clarifying. You see, it woke me up to the fact that none of us are promised tomorrow, that if we keep putting our impact aside, not going after the things that we're called to do, we may never get the chance. In that moment, I made a decision to stand true and work in my alignment, going after my purpose, to build something meaningful, to create, to stop waiting. Now, let's lighten the mood a little bit. Fun fact, Leithal Co was originally meant to be my Curve fashion label. But funding a fashion startup, that got real. So I pivoted, as so many of us do, launching Leithal Co as a creative studio. And over the past 5 years, I've had the privilege of working with over 100 women in business. And in those 5 years, I've noticed 3 common threads in female founders who stop playing small and boldly carve out their legacy. 1, unstoppable women avoid the path of least resistance. Take my client, Emma Lovell. Oh, okay, you're back. Emma had a thriving career as a branding consultant. She was travelling the world and doing speaking events, but instead of staying in her lane, Emma decided to rebuild her business from the ground up to become the face of a little-known movement called Bleisure. She didn't wait. She literally wrote the book and is now promoting the Bleisure life and telling everybody not to wait to live your dream, to do it now. The lesson that while it's easy to stay where it's safe, every time you do, you're saying no to exceptional. Number 2, unstoppable women build more than businesses. They build movements. I did try to email you about this, Riz, but here you are. Another client, Riz, I'm in. Spotlight, please. Isn't just selling contracts. She's democratising legal protection for small business owners. Her mission to make sure that no woman loses her income or intellectual property simply because she couldn't afford the right documents. But her driver is impact, not ego. The mission: profit will follow purpose, but purpose must come first. And thirdly, in a world filled with AI and trends, oh, there's me. Your greatest differentiator is your lived experience. You see, when I started Leithal Co, I always knew that was what it would be called. I mean, like, my nickname is Leithal, and to borrow from Erica, she's my alter ego. I mean, Leith's okay, but Leithal, she can do anything. So I hired a marketer in my first year in business, thinking, I need to look outward. I need to learn from someone who's got that right piece of paper hanging on the wall. You know what he told me? He said, look, your brand story's confusing. Your tagline should go, and you should probably think about renaming to something that feels safe. Let me just tell you, the only thing that got dropped was him. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, it's happened again. I'm recentering. Basically, if you hide the quirks, the scars, and the detours that make you, you're going to blend in. And blending in is the fastest way to being forgotten. Which brings me to one final story. I'm sitting in the front row, lost in my own thoughts, but aware that the room is filling behind me. Now, you may be thinking I've won tickets to a concert, some buzzy launch party, or even an event like today. But no. I was waiting alongside my sister to deliver my mum's eulogy. All week, well-meaning family and friends had been asking us if we would really feel up to it on the day. But we were adamant that we wanted to be the ones to shape the story of her life and to be the ones that told it, because that would be how she is remembered. So the moment comes. We walk up to the lectern, and as I turn around and face the room, disbelief hits me. There wasn't a spare seat in the entire auditorium. In fact, standing room was completely full with people spilling out the doors. In that moment, I realised just how special she'd been. But here's the part that kills me. She never got to see it. She never got to witness the ripple effect of her own impact. I don't want that for you. Which is why I'm here to tell every woman who knows that she's meant for more, don't wait. Don't sit your impact on the someday shelf. Step boldly into and embody that version of yourself today. And I'll leave you with one question to ponder. If you knew you had 1, 2, say even 5 years to create the level of impact that you dream of, would it change the way you're doing things in business today? Because unstoppable women don't just build businesses. They build movements. They break ceilings. They don't wait for permission or to be remembered. They make impact now. Thank you.
So good. Thank you. Oh my gosh, yeah.